Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to a little cigar video. It's been a long time coming. I've received a surprising amount of positive messages from people looking forward to a video, a cigar video, a nice little update, and I think it's been a long time coming. I've missed making these videos and I'm looking forward to making this one for you guys. So I hope it lands well. In today's video I'm going to be smoking a Por Larrañaga Montecarlos, and I've had this one left in stock for ages, and it's from this box here from 2020, so it's got a few years on it, so it should be quite nice. I've got it here somewhere in this cheeky little Amazon purchase of a humidor. Here she is. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more cigar reviews moving forward. I'd gladly make them, just while putting a little bit less pressure on myself to produce like 3 per week. It will be more like as and when I get a cigar, I'll make a video. So anyway, without further ado, this is the Por Larrañaga Montecarlos cigar, and I've not had one of these in a long time. I've been saving this one. I don't really know why. I guess it's just because it was the last one left. So I just thought I'm going to hold on to it and come back to it in a few years. And here we are. So all of my cigar accessories are in storage somewhere. So I'm, I'm going in with a lighter from the off license, and I'm going to bite the cap off. We're going old school. So with the Montecarlos, you can see that they're a nice little ring gauge, and I will always recommend these cigars to somebody who's looking at trying a cigar for the first time, because, well, for a few reasons. They are very easy to manage from start to finish. So they're easy to cut, they're easy to light. You know, you can roll it around in your fingers. You can get used to just handling and lighting a smaller ring gauge cigar. They are inexpensive as well. So, well, obviously that depends entirely on your budget, but from a cigar standpoint, they are on the cheaper side of things. So if you do mess it up, it's not the end of the world. Obviously you wouldn't want to ruin like a Bolivar Belicosos. Is that what I'm thinking of? Look, it's been a long time, okay? Bolivar Belicosos, am I making that up? Is that a real cigar? I think it is. Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, where were we? It's an easy cigar to manage from start to finish, cut, light. Actually smoking the cigar itself, it's a nice long cigar. So long as you're drawing on the cigar nice and slowly, you're going to get an even distribution of smoke. The only thing I will say is that because it is a smaller engage, the smoke is going to be quite directed onto your tongue. So it is important to, if you're a beginner, just really take your time with the draw, nice and slow. We're not trying to heat the cigar up. We don't want to burn our tongue, and we don't want a whole load of smoke just directed at one part of our tongue or our mouth. So let's get into a little taste test. Obviously it's very early still. We've just lit this cigar, but so far so good. The jaw is nice. And I'm interested to see if there's any difference here compared to the one that I had last time. And I'll be completely honest with you, I don't remember that when that was. So the only thing that's gonna really stand out to me is if anything stands out with this cigar, just from a flavor standpoint more than anything, because it has obviously got a few years on it since I last had one. Really taking my time. Releasing the smoke. 80% out of my mouth, 20% through the nostrils, just to get the flavour really getting around. First time I tried one of these cigars, it must have been, I'm actually getting goosebumps. I don't know if you can see that on camera. The first time I had one of these cigars, 5, maybe 6 years ago, when I was first introduced to these. And I remember I was sat down with John, and I judged this cigar just looking at it. I was like, looks a bit girly. It's gonna be a bit naff. And I sat down and I just tasted like salty caramel, almond, and it was just like, it blew me away. From that moment moving forward, it made me not judge a cigar based on what it looks like, or based on the size, or based on the price. Those are some good memories. And what made me remember that exact moment in time was the fact that I just got a really nice almondy flavour from this cigar. And it's amazing because I think that's one of the beautiful things with cigars, is that they will always take you back. They will always remind you of a moment in time, a memory, whether it's good or bad. And for me, with this cigar, taking me back to the cigar lounge, sat on a sofa with a can of, I think we were probably drinking a can of Coke at the time. Just relaxing. It was a good time. It was a great time to be alive. Sat down enjoying some Cuban cigars. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Sat there with a good friend. We're still good friends today. And the power of this moment now, to be able to take me back there, to the point where it gives me goosebumps. So just thinking of the memory, like how magical is that? I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and excuse me, and they were really surprised when I said that cigars are not addictive. Now for me, they're really not, because for me, smoking a cigar is all about the moment, and the moment is from thinking of having a cigar, the build up of having a cigar, preparing a coffee or some dinner to have before the cigar. It's the whole thing surrounding this moment. So smoking a cigar in of itself is not the only moment, if that makes any sense. It's about the build up. It's about the moment in time. It's about building those memories, having a cigar with a friend, with a drink, with dinner. It's about when the cigar has gone out and you finish the cigar and you continue to just sit there and dwell and enjoy the evening or enjoy the morning. You sit in a coffee shop window after the cigar and you're just staring and you're just enjoying your day. So when you're having a cigar, just remember, it's not all about the cigar. It's about being in the moment and taking that time for yourself and to really just kick back, relax. And I think adding a cigar to that is the bonus product of just living in the moment and being grateful for where you are in that moment in time. You can see that it's producing a really nice silky smoke. It's not bellowing with thick clouds. it's just there. It's in the room. It's kind of surrounding my personal space. So I get to enjoy the flavor of the smoke upon entry, exit of the mouth and nostrils. And then it's just kind of, again, it's in my personal space, so I can continue to enjoy the smell, the flavor and the ambiance of the cigar itself. As we're developing into the cigar, we're probably in the first inch and a half. The draw has remained nice and consistent. It's absolutely perfect, where it's not super light, but it's not closed up. It's given me a nice amount of resistance. If you've got a keen eye, you would have just noticed that while I was taking a draw on the cigar, I actually moved the cigar around while it was in my mouth, just to redirect the smoke around my mouth, because I don't want it on my tongue, or I don't want it all on my tongue. I want to kind of, as you're taking a draw, you want to disperse that smoke around your mouth. Otherwise, I half mentioned at the start of the video, it can get quite hot, especially with a smaller engaged cigar. And the smoke and the heat is so concentrated with a smaller engage. It is important just to move the smoke around, move the smoke and the heat around your mouth. Firstly, so you don't burn your tongue and ruin the experience, but also just so you can maximize the amount of flavor that you're able to taste. So I'll just demonstrate here. So it's very subtle. It's not like I'm stirring the cigar around my mouth. It's just what feels comfortable. Definitely give it a go with a smaller engaged cigar and see how you get on. The flavors, not changing too much, which is quite a good sign for me. Typically in my older videos, you may or may not remember, one of the things I really enjoy about Cuban cigars is the consistency with flavors. If you find a cigar that you enjoy, like this one, you can almost guarantee that the flavors are always going to be the same. Just over the years, as the cigar gets older, the flavors may be more intense, more flavorful, which is typically why we would age a cigar. Older the cigar, typically nicer it's going to be. So, as this cigar reminded me of that memory sat with John, because of the almondy flavour. The almondy flavour is still there. There's a little bit of cedar going on, but I don't think there's going to be any kind of like standout flavours. I don't think I'm going to get down to the final third and it's going to like blow me away with some sort of salted caramel or anything of the sort. So let me smoke this down. I'll get down to like the final third. I'll touch base with you before we end the video. So yeah, I'm going to sit here, enjoy this, maybe make a coffee, maybe get a glass of water, and I'll touch base with you in a few moments. And welcome back to part 2 of the video. So as expected, the cigar from a flavour standpoint didn't change, which is nice. But what did change was the strength in the cigar. As I've got down towards this final third here, the strength of the cigar has increased. So it started off from like mild to medium, and now it's more of just like a straight medium. There's no light involved towards the tail end of this cigar. It's definitely picked up in a little bit of intensity, and I'm talking just like a couple of points, not loads. So still would advise any beginner cigar smokers out there to start off with something like this, just from all of the points mentioned at the start of this video. Overall, quite a pleasant experience. This isn't a cigar that's going to blow away like a veteran cigar smoker, but it's the sort of thing that you would enjoy in the morning with a coffee, and you know, that's kind of it. It's not the sort of thing that you'd want to have for like a special occasion. But with that being said, for the price point, it is a great all-round cigar. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.